Welcome to the Starting From Zero podcast. In this episode, I talk with YouTuber Chantell. Trying to find what you enjoy making videos about can be a process, and Tiani is no exception. She has tried a handful of niches anywhere from fitness to movie reviews and even lifestyle vlogs. Over the past year, she has narrowed down her focus and found what she likes to make content about. Her channel is now dedicated to videos about Funko Pops. And if you're unfamiliar with what a Funko Pop is, I'll let Tiani explain a little bit later on in the episode. Tiani has become a part of the Funko Pop community online and has grown her YouTube channel to nearly 3,000 subscribers. In the episode, Tiani and I talk about her journey of finding her niche on YouTube, her experiences at events like VidCon, and we even make a quick astrology detour, so I hope you enjoy this episode of the Starting From Zero podcast.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is
I'm
awesome.
excited.
I was just checking out your channel just before this, just to see what kind of the videos that you've been making lately, and I think they're really cool. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a struggle to find out like what exactly I wanted to do on YouTube, but
Mhm.
now that I feel like I found something, it feels good. It feels right.
Yeah. What are the different kinds of things that you've tried on YouTube?
Well, I think the first thing I tried was fitness, just because I started working in the fitness industry and I felt like, okay, this is something I'm interested in and something that I know about, but
Mhm.
I hated making those videos. I don't know why.
Really?
I love doing it for work, but
Hmm.
when it came to actually filming it, I was like, this is like not what I want to be doing. And then
Interesting.
I kind of played around with like some lifestyle content. And then I ended up doing all of like the Funko Pop stuff. And that's what I ended up liking the most. So I stuck
Hmm.
with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get too deep into it and the kind of what your channel is all about, and just for anybody listening who may not know you or your channel, who are you and what do you do on YouTube?
Well, my name is Tiani, but I go by Chantell on YouTube. And wait, what was the other question?
Yeah, just like what you're doing on YouTube or on social
Oh,
media. Or,
yeah, I just do mainly Funko Pop content. So I'll go Funko Pop hunting or
Mhm.
I'll just review different pops and just mainly kind of nerdy things like that. And that's what I've been basing my channel on. And I think that's what I'm going to stick with for now.
Nice. What's the is it Fungo Pops you said?
Funko Pop, yeah.
Fungo. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a friend who's very into them and like collects them.
Oh, okay,
But I'm
cool.
not too familiar with the like community or the collecting of them myself. So for
Yeah.
anybody who may not be familiar, what are they?
So
I
they're
see some in
basically,
the background.
yeah, I have like a whole bunch in the
Yeah.
background, but they're basically like these little collectible figures, and they have different types. They have Marvel, Disney, they even have like some celebrities, and you can find all kinds, but it's based towards different fandoms, and people collect them in box, out of box. There's like a whole world that I didn't even know, and I'm still learning. I just started collecting maybe a year and a half ago, so I still
Okay.
have like a lot to learn about the community too.
Nice. How did you get started with it?
It was really weird. I saw this video interviewing this guy. His name is Top Pops on YouTube, and I saw his video, and then I started watching Box Attack, which was like he has like really good quality Funko Pop videos, and I was just
Hmm.
like, wow, this is really cool, and I started getting into it, and then I bought one pop, and then now I have like 100. It just happened so fast. I don't know.
A quick fascination. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. And so why did you decide, I guess in the very first place, like we'll start at the beginning of your YouTube channel in the first place, like why did you start uploading and making videos?
I'm trying to think of like when I started. I think I started uploading. Okay, I was working a corporate job. Now I remember. I was working a
Yeah,
corporate job and I just freaking hated it. It was so boring
I
and I
can
don't
relate.
have the personality. Yeah, I just don't have the personality to like sit there and like answer phones and
Right.
be on the computer all day. And I just needed like an outlet of just to be creative and to be myself. And
Hmm.
I always wanted to be an actress when I was little. So I this might be a good opportunity to just take action and put myself in front of the camera and just
Yeah.
see what would happen. And so I started it and I really, really loved it. And I just stayed with it ever since.
Nice. Are you still at that corporate job, or are you doing something else
No.
now? Okay.
So, I feel like when I first made that decision to finally be myself, be creative, let myself, live my passion, I kind of started this domino effect in my life where I started just doing everything that I love and everything that I'm passionate about. So I quit my corporate job to become a kickboxing instructor, which
Oh,
happened
nice.
out of nowhere too.
Wow.
And so, yeah, now I just get to, kickbox all day and work out all day and get paid for it. So it's really fun because it's always been a passion of mine since I was, younger.
Nice. And how
Yeah.
did you get into kickboxing?
That is just so random. I just applied for it was just I don't know how it happened. I
Uh-huh.
applied for this kickboxing place because I told myself, like, I wanna be in the fitness industry, and then I really didn't think I was gonna get the job because I had no experience with fitness as far
Mhm.
as, like, professional-wise.
Like
I mean,
teaching
I was
or
I was a college athlete, and
okay.
I did sports in high school, but I wasn't a trainer of any kind, and I definitely didn't know how to kickbox.
Mm.
And I guess they really liked me and they hired me. And I'm so forever grateful that they took a chance on me and allowed me to do what I do because I wouldn't be doing it now.
Yeah, that's really cool. I kind of went through a similar situation myself. So I had like a corporate job where I was traveling the US for the job, and then just, like right off the bat knew that it wasn't right for me
Yeah.
specifically, but I didn't know what else I wanted to do. So I was just trying to like taste different things. And I just happened to be in airports a lot. So I knew I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I actually started a channel where I was interviewing people in the airport.
Oh,
Um,
cool. There's a
yeah,
lot of interesting people in airports.
yeah, right. And like I had a ton of downtime. Like, what else am I going to be doing on my phone besides like playing 2048 for 2 hours?
Yeah.
So, um, so I decided to turn my downtime into something productive, and then I would ask like one question each time that I was in the airport, and then edit all the different answers together to kind of show how different or similar people's answers could be.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
yeah, that was kind of like my first attempt at a series on YouTube, and then um, I quit that corporate job back in August of last year
Okay.
to go teach English in Israel. So
Oh, that's cool. So you're
yeah,
still
yeah,
traveling.
yeah. I just came back in February,
Oh,
back home
nice.
to Tampa, Florida. So,
Okay,
um,
cool.
but yeah, like I totally get that whole like not feeling fulfilled. I feel it's a
It's
very
not for everyone.
millennial thing to feel, but
It really is. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go live my passion and my
yeah,
dreams. Yeah.
exactly. Um, so are you is the plan to like turn your YouTube channel into your sole thing, or do you want to keep continuing teaching and coaching and
I
kickboxing?
mean, I would love to make money on YouTube and,
Hmm.
be financially supported by that, but it definitely takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it's when I first started it, I really was like, I want to just get a bunch of subscribers, like I want to make it
Hmm.
happen. And then I feel like as I spent more time on YouTube, I realized that that wasn't I didn't want that to be my drive. And that's why I changed my content so much was because I wanted to do something that was true to who I am. And then
Hmm.
also, if it works out, it works out. And I'm doing something that I'm passionate about and that's me and not just
Yeah.
something that I think is going to give me a bunch of views?
Exactly. Yeah. I think now, like even more, just like there's so much content on YouTube.
Yeah, there is.
It's kind of insane that anybody finds or like takes the time to watch whatever you're making. So yeah, I totally get that. And I go back and forth with like, uh, you know, are people watching or caring about what I'm making? But
Yeah,
I shouldn't care about that because I'm making it for me. And
exactly.
yeah,
And I mean, you have to start somewhere. I don't think anyone starts off with like 100,000 subscribers,
yeah,
like unless you have a
exactly.
lot of clout or something. But most people, don't start off
Yeah.
with a lot of people following them and everything.
Mhm.
But I feel like what's also important to me is because I realized that I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me making content.
Yeah.
I'm brown and I'm a woman, and there's
Hmm.
definitely not a lot of content creators that are like that, especially I feel like in the Funko Pop community or in like the nerdy side of YouTube. So
Sure.
I just think it's important to be able to represent that
Hmm.
community and just so that people have someone that looks like them, on YouTube. I think that's important for
Yeah.
sure.
That's so awesome. I just got to talk to Audrey Ember.
Yeah, I know her.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got to talk with her last week, and she's passionate about the same thing, and like creating kind of a role model for other female creators, and
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
yeah, I think that's really cool that you guys that's important to you, and that you're setting an example for countless amount of people coming up. So
Yeah, exactly. We got to represent.
yeah, absolutely. So are there, I guess, for like the beginnings of your channel, like are you mainly like focused on YouTube, or do you go to other social media platforms?
Mainly it's just YouTube, or I guess YouTube is where I'm seeing the most success
Like
for me.
traction, or yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have Instagram, and my Instagram's okay, but it's just my life on Instagram. It's not like a certain niche.
Sure.
I do have a Funko Pop Instagram, but it's not as poppin' as like my other accounts. And then I tried
Hmm.
TikTok as well. TikTok's tricky because there's a lot
Yeah.
of younger people, and I just feel like
Right.
the grandma like trying to fit in with all like cool kids, But
Sure.
TikTok's cool just because the algorithm, it doesn't really matter how many followers you have. You're
Hmm.
definitely gonna get put on the For You page at some time. So
Right.
I think that's what's cool about it. But definitely I'm just focusing on YouTube for now.
Okay.
That's my main thing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on TikTok making a quick exit?
Oh, I know. I mean, I don't know. It kind of sucks because I love watching TikTok videos. They're
Mhm.
so funny and
Yeah, I'm
they're
addicted. So.
yeah, and they're easy to make. It's not
Hmm.
like an 8-hour video you have to edit on YouTube. Like
Right.
it's quick, but I mean, whatever. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it'll be
I hope
interesting if there's like an American company, because if the whole thing is about Chinese
yeah.
government and data mining, then like if an American company,
Mhm.
because we already have like every social media is data mining and like sharing our information. So if
Yeah.
they take away the like foreign government stigma about it, maybe there might be another platform that emerges from
I
this.
think there is, and that's a huge benefit because now that people know how crazy TikTok is, you can
Hmm.
kind of start again and start with like everyone that's starting to create and hopefully ride that wave.
Right. Yeah. How did you find out about TikTok originally? Do you remember?
Um, I don't even remember. I think I went to VidCon and I noticed
Okay.
that some of my friends started TikToks and I was like, oh, what the heck is this?
Hmm.
And then I just like started going on it
Was that
and
like a year ago, 2 years? Do you know how long?
TikTok, I don't even remember. It was like when it first started. I remember I posted a video. It got like 1,000 views, but I never went back on until like months later, almost a year
Hmm.
later. And I was like, what the heck? I should have just kept making videos. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I didn't realize I could get that many views on like
Who
a
knew the opportunity that was right there?
exactly. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was kind of hard on myself. I was like, damn, I should have just made more videos. But I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, it all
Right.
happens for a reason. I can't really stress about the past.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk kind of
Yeah,
content. And he's been pushing TikTok for like at least over a year. And it didn't take advantage of the opportunity at the time, and now it's like already over.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There'll
Um,
be bigger opportunities, though, I hope.
yeah. It's crazy.
Platforms.
Um, So what was that like first you started to see some traction on your YouTube channel? How did that come about?
Well, it was weird because every time I tried something new, I got traction. So
Hmm.
I realized that I needed to pick something that I wanted to focus on. When I first started doing my fitness videos, I was getting a lot of views doing like reviews on like leggings and like things
Hmm.
like that. But like I said, something just didn't feel right with me. I didn't feel like that was what I was meant to make content on. And then I tried doing lifestyle and that just did not it just wasn't me. I'm like, I don't really care that much about shopping and like makeup that much. Like I
Hmm.
don't think that that's me being me. And then I found the Funko Pop community and I just felt like I was like at home. I've met so many people and like I mentioned, I started watching Box Tech, who's pretty big in the Funko Pop community and I actually like we're best friends now. It's just so crazy to me. Like
Oh, nice.
someone who I used to watch and look up to and who
Hmm.
inspired me to make videos is now someone that I can like call up and be like, hey, what are you up to? It's just
Right.
wild.
Yeah, I've been coming to realize that as well. It's crazy. It's just like people that you watch on the internet for so long, you feel like you know them, and then you like actually get to meet them in person, and there's normal people trying to figure it out for themselves as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, like with
And
this
it's
project, or sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, it's cool to just find people that you have so much in common with, especially
Hmm.
something that you're so passionate about.
Right. Do you know anybody in your daily life who's also interested in the Funko community? Or
No, I feel like a
yeah.
lot of my friends think it's really weird. Like, I have a friend who lives in Sweden, but she came to visit me. She was
Mm,
like, "What the heck are those things? Like, what?" Like, she was looking at my Funko Pops, like, they look so weird. What are they? Because I guess it's not
hmm.
that popular in Sweden.
Right.
But a lot of my friends don't get it.
Hmm.
And I had trouble with it at first because I feel like people, especially since, I'm a little bit older, I'm not like some young kid making like YouTube videos.
Hmm.
I People just were like, what are you doing? I felt really judged. And a lot of my friends don't agree with the influencers or that that's like a good career or a good thing to focus on. So I had this kind of like, I have to just fight against what other people think and like what my friends are saying and just
Hmm.
stick with it and just do it because I love it. But I also found friends in the community that were able to support me. And I don't know, it's weird because I have my friends that I see every day. And then I have my YouTube friends that I talk to consistently, like through, text message, social media.
Hmm.
And I still feel like a really close connection with them because we have something in common that, we're both so passionate about.
Yeah, I totally agree, because I think that's super important to be around like-minded people that are kind of like, have the same interests as you. Because I don't really know anybody in my daily life or like college friends who are also interested in like us, like YouTube as much as I am, or
Yeah.
podcasting, or so being like in this project has been pretty cool to kind of like actually reach out to people who are doing something similar and have some interest, and just really create like a community of like-minded people. So
Yeah. No, for
yeah.
sure.
Um, yes, I guess for your VidCon experience, can you kind of tell me, was that the first time that you went, or have you been before?
I can't remember when was the first time I went. I've gone a couple times, I think 2 times. But
Okay.
the first time I went by myself, and
Mhm.
that's very scary for me because
Yeah,
I'm
for
someone.
anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and, like, how there's people that don't mind doing things by themselves? I'm
Hmm.
not that person,
Yeah.
and I definitely am that person now, but I wasn't before, and I was just kinda like, "Oh, I don't wanna go by myself, I'm scared." So I
Hmm.
actually DM'd this girl, her name is Abrion, and, she also makes content as well, and I was just like, "Hey, I saw that you're going to VidCon, I'm going by myself, like, do you wanna meet up?" And she's actually friends with Amber. So that's
Oh,
kind of
nice.
like, yeah, that's kind of how I got introduced to those people and like everyone there. So it was cool to meet people who also made videos that didn't think making videos was weird.
Hmm.
And it was definitely fun, but I realized that VidCon has a lot of younger people going to the events. So that was kind of like a weird thing for me too.
Do you know, like, could you estimate or guess on the age group of the people going to
They
VidCon?
were like teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like somewhere between like 12 to like 16-year-olds, a
Mm.
lot of 12 to 16-year-olds.
Okay.
So again, I felt a little bit out of place, but then it was nice to have those friends that I knew that were around my age,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it didn't make it as weird, but we all kind of acknowledged like, oh, there's a lot of young people here. Like,
Sure. Yeah. Like I went
yeah.
to I was in my last job, I was traveling around, and I happened to be in Colorado at that time, and Khalid was at Red Rocks.
Oh,
So I got to see Khalid at Red Rocks, and me and my coworker went, and then we're like, there are a lot of 15-year-old girls here.
you're like,
I feel a little out of place, but
yeah, yeah, for sure. So you understand like that whole feeling where you're like,
yeah,
um,
what am I doing? But I'll just
yeah,
enjoy for what it is. Yeah.
exactly. You just make the most of it.
Hmm. And yeah, and then I also saw your TanaCon experience as
Oh my
well.
gosh.
You tell me,
That was
it
wild.
looked insane.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy. And that video still is the most watched video on my YouTube channel.
Hmm.
And I think it's just people love the drama and
Yeah, don't they?
Anna's
Yeah.
really popular. And I debated for a long time like taking it off my channel just because it doesn't go with what I'm doing now. But I
Hmm.
was like, no, it's just crazy. And it was
Yeah.
also as crazy and chaotic as it was still a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an experience that I got to do with my friends. So I just kind of left it there. But
Yeah, it's like documenting something in time,
yeah, and I
for other people.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like vlogging. I think that video made me realize I really enjoyed vlogging.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been thinking about maybe doing like a second channel. It's more about me and my life and less formal, like not in front of the camera setup, or I'm sorry, the light setup and everything like
Right.
that. Like just kind of me on the regular day, without all the fancy lights and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So I've never been to VidCon before. Can you like maybe tell me what it's a little bit like how it's set up or what your
Yeah,
day was like?
yeah. So VidCon, basically they have this big auditorium that has a lot of different booths, and they'll have, I don't know, if people pay a certain amount, to have their stuff up. I'm trying to think of like what was there. They had like Nickelodeon there and
Mm-hmm.
just random things that you can look at, and they had some camera things too for people that make videos and everything like that. And so in the daytime you can go and do that. There's photo booth places. It's a lot of fun. And then throughout the day they have interviews, so they'll have big YouTubers, but it's mainly, I realize it's mainly for like lifestyle YouTubers.
Okay.
It's not really catered towards like all types of YouTube. Like you would never
Mm-hmm.
see like a Funko Pop YouTuber at VidCon. It's
Mm-hmm.
more like vloggers or beauty people and things like that.
Yeah.
But they'll interview them throughout the day, and then at night they'll have either like parties, or I know they have concert, or like one concert that they do. So it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's a good way to connect with other people that make videos. Like I said, I was able to meet a lot of people there. But as far as, because they do teach you things there, but I realized I really didn't take advantage of that. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like for me, it was definitely more of a way to connect with more people that make videos like me, and not so much. I mean, I definitely went to some of the learning. They'll teach you how to collab and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for that, I already use YouTube, or I'll listen to
Sure.
podcasts about that. So I wanted it mainly to be an experience about just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
can you think of anything that you might change about VidCon that from your experience?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it should be a little bit more diverse as far as the creators go, because
Mm-hmm.
it's really just like one genre of YouTube. And I feel like I would like to see a convention that features all kinds of creators and that brings all kinds of YouTube people together, not just, the lifestyle genre or the vloggers.
Right. Yeah, I can see that as well. It feels kind of like I don't know the like Hollywood, the social media takeover of Hollywood a little bit, and
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it would, I wonder why they haven't done something like that already,
yeah.
and just grabbed people, the top people from each niche or something like that.
Hmm.
Because there's so many niches on YouTube, and I just feel like
Right.
people just haven't discovered them yet.
Yeah. Instead of celebrating all the different like you know amazing content that people are putting out, as the people that have the attention, I get it seems like, or
Yeah,
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 which I
exactly.
understand as well, because those are the people that are bringing in money, and um,
Yeah.
like the
Attention.
David Dobrik's of the world, and yeah.
Gosh, yeah. David Dobrik, my goodness.
Are you a David Dobrik fan as well, or?
Yes, I am such a David Dobrik fan. It's embarrassing. I saw him at VidCon and I screamed like a little girl. Like I didn't even know that I had that high pitched voice inside of me,
You
but
just found it in that moment.
I freaked out. And then afterward, I was like, "Ew, what was that?" And like I ended up walking behind him,
Hmm.
and I just froze. Like my friends were like, "Just say hi, David. It's not that hard. Like just say hi."
Right.
I couldn't do it. Like I felt like I
Oh
was gonna
wow.
throw up.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. You like I don't know. I find myself just like blurting it out of my mouth, and we'll see what happens. But
I didn't find, like, I didn't know how to talk. It was the weirdest thing. I didn't know I was that big of a fan of David. And then I was like, damn,
right.
I am a David Dobrik
I'm
fan.
a stan.
Yeah, for real, I'm a big fan. Like, for real. Crazy.
Cool. Yeah. So are there conventions or meetups for people in the Funko Pop community, or?
Yeah, yeah. So as for the Funko Pop community, I feel like any of the like Comic-Cons are really popular. Mind you, the Funko Pop community on YouTube at least is still growing. There is a huge niche for collecting in general, but not so much for collecting Funko Pops, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of things that you can collect, and there's I don't even know what the heck they're called because I only collect Funko Pops, but there's other figures that people collect, and they have a lot of subscribers, but not so much in Funko Pop. Okay. So anytime there's releases, they'll release them at the conventions, and that's when you'll see a lot of Funko Pop people show up there, you know? And also, I just feel like people are starting to become more connected in the Funko Pop community because we are doing more content on it. Like I'm seeing more Facebook groups, I'm seeing more Funko Pop collectors groups, you know? I'm part of, it's called Funko Pop Collector Society. So basically you get interviewed and then you get accepted in, and it's like some club of people that collect Funko Pops, and we just talk about Funko Pops all day, and
Awesome. What do you think the like fascination is with them and like with the kind of the collector community?
You know, I've thought about this, and I really I don't know. Like I have an addictive personality in general, so if I'm really into something, like I'm really into it, and that's just why I'm so infatuated with them. But I've tried to think about like why other people do it. I think maybe it's like a nostalgia thing, you know, because they have Funko Pops from like every type of anything that you could think of, you know.
Do you have a favorite one?
Oh, for sure. I have this it's a Groot Chase, and it's from these Marvel boxes that they had at GameStop. But I got really lucky. I don't know why I always get really lucky with like the mystery boxes, and people always are like, sometimes people message me and they're like, dude, do you like message the people and ask them? Like, no, I'm not I'm not even a big like huge Funko Pop YouTuber to be doing that. I just get really lucky. I ended up getting it like on my first try, and it was like a very looked for pop. So I don't know. I just got lucky.
Nice. You said it was a Groot, like what's the movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So nice. They have this it's like a chase where it's basically a chase Funko Pop. They'll have the original Funko Pop and the chase one. The chase one just has something that's like different. So for this one, it was like they had Groot that was sitting down playing a video game. That was the original one. So the chase was Groot like standing up playing a video game. I know it sounds kind of silly, but that's just how it is in like Funko Pop world.
That's cool. Does it make them more valuable if you like don't take them out of the box, or like how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has different opinions on it. I know some people kind of get on me about taking them out of the boxes. I mean, I collect them in the box, but when I show them on my channel, I take them out just because if someone can't buy that pop or can't find it, I want them to be able to see it, you know?
Yeah.
And some people are like, no, don't ever take them out of the box. But I don't really see that. And I have friends that do the same thing. They're like, yeah, I don't really see the big deal unless you throw away the box and you can't really sell it, you know?
Are there any other kind of like unspoken rules or like taboo things to do in the community?
I mean, I really feel like it's all just preference. Some people are really like intense about it, and other people are more like, well, this is my pop, I'm not going to sell it, I'm not flipping it or anything like
just
that.
Just for fun. It's like your collector.
Some people, they'll buy them and then they'll sell them for like a ridiculous price online. And I think that's something that's kind of seen as not good in the Funko Pop community. Like if you're a true collector, you don't really do that because you're kind of like, and I don't want to say you're ripping people off because you're not. You're just selling it for what it's worth. But I feel like it's kind of messed up to buy a pop that's like $15 and then sell it online for like $65. It's like, what the heck? Yeah.
Why is there such a high markup on them?
So basically, they'll release pops, and some are more exclusive. Like I mentioned at the conventions, they'll have like someone DM'd me the other day. There was a Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the comic books. And that one's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So it was only sold at the convention or at Hot Topic while supplies lasted. And they don't remake them. So once they sell out, you can't find them
anymore. Then that's it. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of why they raise the prices. They're like, well, you're not going to be able to find this at Hot Topic or anywhere else. So.
So it's
Yeah.
exclusive. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. But I just feel bad when people try and like sell it for that much more. I'm like, damn, that's a
They
lot of money.
profit off of that situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just, I don't know, a little bit sensitive. I'm like, that's mean.
Right.
But I get it. You have to make your money. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Sure. Are people making a living just off of like flipping them or?
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't realize this either until, I started looking more into collecting and stuff, but
Hmm.
people will buy like big boxes from Hot Topic to try and get the chases,
Yeah.
and then they'll sell the chases for like a ridiculous amount, and then they'll sell the regular ones for maybe like $1 or two to profit,
Hmm.
but it's like a job for them, like that's what they do.
Right.
And they don't even
Wow.
collect them, they're just selling them.
They're just selling them. There's
Yeah,
so
like they
many
don't
things in
care.
this world that are for like so much to learn, like that you don't even think about that people are up to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, you could do that? Like, out here collecting them for fun. I didn't know I could sell all these and make some
Right.
money.
Do you have
Yeah.
any ones that like so you have your favorite, but are the ones that are like very valuable that you cherish as well, or?
Yeah, so basically all the valuable ones I have like stored in the glass. And
Okay.
then all the ones that I don't really, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. There's a lot behind my TV there
Hmm.
that are valuable, but I just can't, I don't have enough room. Like
Yeah.
I'm running out of places to put them. And there's
Make some
definitely
more
some,
shelves.
I know, I need to buy like a room, buy a room. I need to buy a room for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to rent them a room in the house next door or something. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot, and there's definitely a lot that I don't care about, but I feel
Hmm.
bad selling. Like, I just get so attached to them. It sounds so silly. They're like my babies.
Yeah. How did you like learn about the community, or like are there specific like places that you would go to
Yeah.
research or?
So, like I mentioned, I started off watching Box Attack,
Okay.
and he actually has a Facebook group.
Hmm.
And so I got onto that Facebook group, and people talk about the releases. People were talking about selling, trading, like just all kinds of Funko Pop stuff. And that's where I started to kind of learn more and more about the community. And then I got into Funko Pop Collector Society, and they have like a group where we talk and do all of that. So,
Hmm.
but like I'm saying, there's just always stuff. Like there's releases, and people will message me like, hey, are you gonna go get this? And I'm like, I didn't even know that was out. What is
They
that?
know
Like,
before you. Yeah.
yeah, like there's just so many things going on that I can't keep up. I mean, I have a
Hmm.
regular life, and YouTube isn't my life. Yeah, it's
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
hard to,
One day.
yeah. And then people are like, well, you should buy this whole collection that they're all dropping. And I'm like, who do you guys think I am? Like, I can't afford that. Like,
Right. Have you thought of a way for people to like support your channel? Like, would you be interested in a Patreon or
yeah, so
whatever?
funny that you mentioned that. I had like a journal that I was like writing up stuff that I want to do. And
Mhm.
I definitely want to start a Patreon. I think my thing was always like, are people gonna like support me? Like there's always that fear. But
Sure. Yeah.
then I definitely don't want to think like that. I've always done things, even though I was afraid. Like I was definitely afraid of starting a YouTube channel. Like I
Hmm.
was, oh my God, people are gonna judge me. They're gonna be like, what the heck? But so much has come from it. So I definitely want to start a Patreon and kind of like see where that goes. And then I'm hoping to start a second channel too, to see how that channel ends up going, because like I mentioned, when I first started YouTube, I think that YouTube was confused by me and didn't know where to stick me in like the algorithm,
Mm,
because I started off with fitness, lifestyle, and then I went back and forth with a bunch of things.
right.
But I wonder how YouTube would react if I just started fresh and had like a niche starting off with like vlogging.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of curious to see like how that's gonna go.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
have you like diversified into different like? Did I see that you were podcasting as well, or?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot I was. I had a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a podcast that I do with my friends from high school,
Nice.
and that's been going okay. It's definitely been kind of slow.
Hmm.
I think that we also kind of struggled to figure out how we wanted to represent ourselves and what we wanted to do with that. So there's that too.
Yeah. And what's your podcast about?
That one, it's called the Millennial Minute. So it's basically, we're all millennials, and we'll just talk about things that are relevant to us, whether it's politics or just life.
Yeah.
We just try and hit a little bit of everything. So like I said, we're still trying to figure out
Hmm.
which direction we really want to go in. We're seeing what people are listening to the most.
Right. Yeah, I think you can, what's great is you can like test a bunch of different things because people are just going to come back to hear, for you and like your
Yeah,
friends,
exactly.
So that's very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What did you talk about in your most recent episode, if you can remember?
Let me remember. I think that one we did a lot. It was very political. We were talking about Bernie, and we were talking about like the Black Lives Matter movement, protests, and things like that. Lately, it's been heavy politics because I feel
There's
like it's
so much in your face right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't run, like it's everywhere. So we want to talk about it for sure. But sometimes, we'll talk about just life and what's going on with us and millennials and things like that. So
millennial things.
Millennial stuff, Yeah, but it's a lot of fun, especially getting to do it with my friends.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
But it's also, again, like a completely different niche than what I'm doing in other, in YouTube and things like that.
Do you like kind of cross promote the podcast to your audience on YouTube, or?
I've kind of struggled with it because I don't talk about politics on my Funko Pop channel, and I just don't know if it's gonna like rub anyone the wrong way if I promote that, and then I don't know if that makes sense really.
No, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want the Funko Pop channel to be somewhere where anybody can come. It doesn't matter what political views you have, what background. I just want it to be something for everyone. Versus I know that my podcast is mainly dedicated to like a certain demographic,
Sure.
Yeah, and then also because I did a reality show. It's called Battle of Zodiac. It's going to be out soon. I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it was all done through Zoom because we're all quarantined and stuck at home.
Right.
And they asked me if I wanted to promote it, and I was kind of like conflicted. I was like, do I want to? Because the way I talk on there is completely different than how I am like on my Funko Pop channel. And I kind of struggled with that. Like, do I want to promote my podcast where I'm like, I curse and I'm very, very open and blunt. And, it's not that I'm like ashamed of being myself, but it's just a completely different side of me.
It's just different audiences, and like they're coming to you for different things as well. So
exactly.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that reality show opportunity come about?
That was random too. All these things that I think I just manifest things really quickly. Like I literally was like, I'd like to be in a reality show. The next day, my friend texted me and she was like, hey, do you want to be in a reality show? And I was like, what in the heck, universe?
Are you reading my thoughts?
Yeah, I was really surprised, and I was like, yeah, for sure. And then she explained that Colin Berry, who is a pretty big YouTuber, he does Zodiac YouTube stuff.
Okay.
And he was going to make a reality show based on Zodiac signs. And I didn't really know much about it, but I was like, you know what? An opportunity comes, like, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so I did the interview for it. I just sent in a video, and then I didn't really hear back. So I was like, oh, okay, like, I guess that's it. And then randomly, like at night, one day, my friend's like, hey, can you hop on Zoom? So I hopped on Zoom, and I realized we were recording for it. And I was like, what the heck is, like, they didn't even tell me that I got it. I was just very confused, like, well, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And again, it was nice to meet people who I had things in common with, but different things. Like a lot of the people that I met were very spiritual and really into zodiac signs and astrology. And a lot of my friends aren't into that.
You are as well, or?
Yeah, I definitely have become more and more into astrology and spirituality. I think this year, quarantine has definitely made me sit down and think about my life a little bit more and who I want to be and all these things,
Yeah, same.
Right? It forced everyone to just sit down and like
kind of
think
reflect.
about what you did.
Yeah.
We all got grounded at the same time.
Well, this project is kind of like a product of quarantine and trying to keep myself busy. And
okay, I see.
Yeah, so yeah, well, who knows what kind of like creative endeavors come from being stuck at home for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what is your zodiac sign?
Ooh, okay, guess. I like when people guess things.
I'm getting a little Gemini vibe.
Gemini?
Why
Gemini?
I don't really know them that well. I just kind of guess.
Oh, I'm like a Gemini. No offense to all the Geminis out there.
A Libra?
A Libra? I could see myself maybe being a Libra for sure.
Outgoing, friendly?
A what?
Outgoing, friendly? aren't they?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that one for sure.
Okay.
But I'm a Taurus, so well, the thing with zodiac signs is that you have like your moon sign, your sun sign, and your
Right, there's
rising
so
sign.
many. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
downloaded CoStar a few months ago.
oh,
So
you did? What are you?
yeah, I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I see that? I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I keep it low key. I keep my Aquarius
Oh,
side.
I see. Yeah. You gotta keep that on the low, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people have a lot to say about different zodiac signs, so
Hmm. Do you find that you like kind of are friends with people who are like the compatible with your zodiac sign, or?
yes. So I mean, don't come for me, any Aries people, but I don't know what it is with the Aries in the world. Like I can't. I
Uh-huh.
just can't. Either I really get along with them,
Uh-huh.
or I have beef with them. And I don't have beef with anybody unless
Yeah.
they're an Aries. I don't know what it
But those
is.
Aries, it's over.
For real, I don't know. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Taurus and Aries, no, never
What
again.
what months are Aries?
Aries, I think it's late March, early April.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's right before Taurus season. But
And
I definitely want to talk about the signs that I do like. I feel like I
uh-huh.
definitely get along with Libras. My best friend is a Libra,
Okay.
and a lot of people that I'm close to are Libras. And then I think also Gemini, surprisingly. I've always
Hmm.
been skeptical of Geminis, you know, but
Yeah.
and then I realized I was around a bunch of Geminis. I'm like, oh, y'all aren't that bad.
Right. Aren't Geminis like they're like outgoing, or are they gossipy a little bit, or?
They're very outgoing, but
Mm.
they'll snap back, you know, like you
Oh,
just,
okay. They got an
yeah,
edge.
they're super cool, but also don't mess with them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my mom is a Libra. I don't know. I think there's a lot of like water. Is it water signs, right? That are
Water signs are emotional.
okay.
Libra is air, so
Okay.
Libras are they want to see both sides of everything. They're usually like really nice.
Hmm. That's good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a lot to learn. I'm new to the zodiac game, but
It's really cool. I mean, when you realize that the planets are doing all these things and you're like, oh, that's why
mhm.
I feel this way right now, you know?
Right. Yeah, there's like it's interesting to like read up on, your own zodiac sign and like see some sort
Yeah,
of similarities, or like I don't know, just another like outlet or explanation for things.
exactly. Or even just that you're not just one sign. Like you're
Hmm.
literally a bunch of different things. And then you're
Right.
like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. And this is why I feel this way. Like, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. A little bit of a non-social media tangent, but I find
I
it
know.
interesting.
It is interesting. Everyone go look up your zodiac sign.
Yeah. So for how long have you been like watching YouTube videos, or
Oh my
can
goodness. I've been watching YouTube for so long,
hmm
and it started off with vlogs and things like that, and
yeah,
then I realize now that I make videos that I don't watch YouTube as much, and I don't really
interesting.
know why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the more I create, the less I watch as well. Because
Right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
you're kind of like in your own thing, and that takes up a lot of time as well. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't know,
guess.
that's interesting.
Yeah. I think also from editing so much, like I get kind of tired of like sitting down, being in front of like my screen.
Right.
That I feel like especially now, I've been trying to kind of put my phone down, put the
Hmm.
computer aside, and even if I just like lay on my bed and just like look out my window for like 10 minutes, like,
Yeah, just to take a break because there's so much
yeah, just
information
to
being thrown at
stop.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Who were the like the YouTubers that you watched that kind of inspired you to make or start creating?
So I think the first person was Whitney Simmons. I don't know if you're familiar with her. Have you heard
Hmm.
of her?
No, I haven't.
She does fitness videos,
Okay.
and I started watching her, and she's the first YouTuber that I watched consistently. Like I would just watch random videos, whatever. And
Hmm.
she's like the first person that I subscribed to, and I was like, I really am influenced by this person. I look up to this person. And she mentioned in one of her videos that she was like working a corporate job and then she hated it. And she just left to go do fitness, to pursue,
Hmm.
making fitness videos. And that's what kind of gave me the idea of like, I should quit my job and do something in the fitness industry because I really like it. So I really thank her for, letting me, or putting that idea in my head, because I really felt like my whole life my mom was like, you are going to be a realtor, you're going to sell houses. You know, and I did not want to do that. I don't see myself being like, I mean, of course I want to be in business, but not in that way.
Not that kind of business. Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't see myself doing that. So I'm glad that I was able to kind of open my mind into like a different way of thinking about my future. So it was her, and then I think her and then Box Attack were definitely like the people who had the most influence on me as far as like YouTube went, and kind of like inspired me to pursue it more.
Yeah, that's very cool. And good on you for, paving your own path as well, and, not becoming that realtor.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I could not imagine. Like, could you imagine me like, this is a living room? Like, I can't.
Like, you see it, you know what it is.
For real, I just could not. Like, it was just not for me. And I always knew that just was not going to be what I was going to be like successful. I just always felt like this calling to be in front of the camera, and I just needed to make it happen my own way,
Yeah, that's awesome. So I got one more question, and then I'll let you go. So for the future of your channel and your content, what do you see as the future looking like for you?
I definitely want to continue to do Funko Pop content, and then, like I mentioned, I want to start that second channel just so that people can get to know me more on a more personal level, So it's like they'll have me to watch, with the nice lights and sitting down, showing things, and then they'll have the regular me who does regular things,
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely what I want to focus on, this coming year, and just trying to continue to be consistent with content.
Awesome. And like, it's an interesting like niche, and the people in that community, I'm sure, like super interested in everything that you have to offer. So I'm excited to see what you have coming up next.
Thanks.
Yeah. And this has been really cool for me, like just doing this project to like get to meet other, like-minded people who have like similar interests, and building a community of, similar people. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and talk to me.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's definitely, it feels good to meet people who are passionate about the same things that you are,
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I don't get that a ton in my everyday life. So to like try and make it happen, and, potentially like have meetups would be like kind of the goal for me
yeah, for sure.
in the future. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to see what you make next, and put it out in the world. And thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
For sure. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
You too. All right. Have a good one.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Starting From Zero podcast. A special thank you to Tiani for taking the time to talk with me. And if you want to watch entertaining Funko Pop content, you can find Tiani on social media at _T Chantell. If you want to check out more content from the Starting From Zero project on social media, all you have to do is search Starting From Zero. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.